Imagine waking up to the news of a massive 8.8 earthquake shaking the Russian Far East. The world is just starting its day, and suddenly, headlines everywhere are dominated by one of the most powerful earthquakes in recent memory. The sheer scale of this event is almost hard to comprehend, and for millions, it's a morning they'll never forget. That's exactly what happened on July 30th, 2025. An event so powerful it triggered tsunami warnings across the entire Pacific, from Russia all the way to South America. Sirens blared, emergency alerts flashed on screens, and people from dozens of countries braced for what might come next. This quake struck near the Kamchatka Peninsula and the Kuril Islands, right inside the seismically active Ring of Fire. This region is notorious for its frequent and sometimes devastating earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, making it one of the most closely monitored places on Earth by geologists and disaster experts. In Russia, tsunami waves hit the coast, reaching up to 6 meters or about 20 feet. The force of the water swept through coastal villages, flooding streets and homes, and leaving a trail of debris in its wake. Some isolated areas even reported waves close to 15 meters, nearly 50 feet high. Imagine the sheer power of a wall of water that size crashing ashore, reshaping the coastline in moments and making rescue operations incredibly challenging. The impact in Russia was serious. Emergency services rushed to the scene, working around the clock to help those affected, restore order, and assess the damage. A fishing port in the Kamchatka Kuril region was flooded. Boats were tossed onto land, docks were destroyed, and the local fishing industry faced a major setback. Power outages hit parts of the region, and authorities declared a state of emergency. Entire communities were plunged into darkness, relying on backup generators and emergency crews to keep vital services running. Thankfully, there wasn't widespread structural damage. Most homes and buildings withstood the shaking, a testament to improved construction standards and disaster preparedness in the region. The only building reported damaged was a kindergarten, which luckily was closed for renovation at the time. No children or staff were inside, preventing what could have been a tragic outcome. And while this was all happening, the Kamchatka volcano erupted, but scientists had already expected that. The eruption sent plumes of ash into the sky, but it didn't pose an immediate threat to nearby communities, thanks to early warnings and ongoing monitoring. Now, let's talk about Japan. As soon as the quake was detected, authorities sprang into action, issuing alerts and preparing coastal communities for possible tsunami impacts. Tsunami waves of up to 40 centimeters, that's about 16 inches, reached the coast of Hokkaido. While not massive, these waves were enough to prompt concern and keep everyone on high alert. Early alerts meant nearly 2 million people were evacuated, trains stopped running, and everyone braced for the worst. Streets emptied as families sought higher ground, and emergency shelters quickly filled with anxious residents. The good news? Most tsunami advisories have been lifted, and nuclear plants are safe. Japan's strict safety protocols and rapid response helped prevent a larger disaster. Across the Pacific, the United States didn't escape the warning sirens. Coastal communities from California to Alaska were put on high alert, with emergency services ready to respond at a moment's notice. Hawaii, Alaska, and the West Coast all went on alert. Beaches were closed, and residents were urged to stay away from the shoreline until the threat had passed. Waves between 2 and 5 feet reached California and Hawaii. Lifeguards and emergency crews monitored the situation closely, ensuring that no one was caught off guard by the incoming surges. But with the major threat now gone, most warnings have been lifted. People are slowly returning to their routines, grateful that the worst-case scenario was avoided. Down in South America, countries like Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru are breathing a sigh of relief. Their tsunami warnings have been lifted. Communities along the Pacific coast are thankful for the quick response and the fact that damage was minimal. But in Chile, it's a different story. Alerts are still in effect. Evacuation orders are out, and schools are closed along much of the coast. Authorities are taking no chances, keeping people safe until the danger has fully passed. Waves there reached up to 2.5 meters. Harbors and low-lying areas are being closely watched for further surges, and emergency teams remain on standby. And it's not over yet. There have been multiple strong aftershocks, with some as large as magnitude 6.9. These aftershocks keep everyone on edge, as even smaller quakes can cause additional damage or trigger landslides in already weakened areas. The real story here is how effective early warning systems and rapid evacuations have been. Thanks to advances in technology and international cooperation, millions received timely alerts, giving them precious minutes to get to safety. So far, no deaths have been reported and only minor injuries. Emergency shelters are providing support and communities are coming together to help those in need. Events like this remind me just how powerful and unpredictable nature can be along the ring of fire. It's a stark reminder that, despite all our technology, we're still at the mercy of the planet's immense forces. Stay prepared, stay alert, and remember, being ready can save lives. Make sure your family has an emergency plan and keep supplies on hand for unexpected disasters. For more updates like this, don't forget to subscribe. We'll keep you informed on the latest breaking news and help you stay prepared for whatever comes next.